Hello and welcome to the sidelines of the RSA conference here in San Francisco. I'm Jarrett Banks, editor of Tech Edge. Joining me today is Nozomi Networks. We have the CEO, Edgard Capdevielle, as well as George Todd, the SVP of Finance. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Edgard, maybe let's get started with you. Give us a brief overview of Nozomi Networks and what makes your offering so unique in today's market.
Thank you. Well, Nozomi Networks is the leader in industrial cybersecurity, critical infrastructure security. We protect industrial controls and IoT networks, and it's at a very different space. For a long time, different vendors have tried to address this market, and this market really needs pure play vendors to serve.
And yeah, just to add to that, so we started our journey in sort of heavy industrials, as Edgard said. And so when you look at the largest oil and gas companies, mining, utilities, the majority of them are customers of Nozomi Networks. And over the last few years, we've seen this kind of movie playing out where the world where we started in OT has been converging with IoT and IT. And with that, we've expanded into a number of different verticals. So today we have customers that are trains, airports, stadiums, financial services companies, data centers, you name it. So we've really expanded, and we're really happy with the progress that we've made.
All right, great. Let's talk about some industry challenges or some pain points that you've been able to address that others haven't.
Well, when it comes to industrial control networks and IoT networks, the main challenge really has to do with operational visibility. People don't know what and how many assets and what type of assets they have, what type of firmware, the different vulnerabilities. Something that is very not well understood is that the level of instrumentation for OT and IoT, especially as they converge and they come into the CISO office, is very different. The CISOs are Chief Information Security Officers, are very familiar with instrumentation for IT. But when they realize the gap between the instrumentation from IT and OT IoT that is coming to them into the purview of responsibility, then they really want to close that gap. Operational visibility is the first value proposition, and then we add a layer of cybersecurity.
Makes a lot of sense. Now, we've heard a lot about AI here at RSA. How does AI play into what you guys are doing?
Well, listen, thankfully we have been incorporating AI since the very beginning of the company. For the way we do things in OT and IoT, you require a lot of AI to profile assets, to understand what level of firmware they have, and to understand the different attacks that may be happening.
Okay. Have there been any technological breakthroughs in cybersecurity that you see coming down the pipeline? What can you tell us about what's next?
You want to take this one?
Why don't you take this?
So in this conference, we've heard a lot of things around AI. People are talking about agentic cybersecurity for agents, AI agents.
Right.
Listen, our customers are critical infrastructure customers. We have been incorporating AI into our asset inventory functions, into our threat detection functions. Most recently, the attack surface with the incoming of IoT is expanding into the world of wireless. So we've recently introduced not just a network sensor, but also a wireless sensor. We've expanded to the endpoints. We really are trying to provide a holistic solution for critical infrastructure customers that have industrial controls and IoT networks.
Okay. Now, we're here at the largest cybersecurity conference in the world. George, what have you been hearing?
Yeah, I think RSA has been a fantastic event for us. We've had a lot of activity at our booth. Our offices are just a few blocks away. We've had a consistent flow of customers and partners coming in, financial community, and there's a lot of buzz. I think certainly at the conference, we've been hearing a lot about AI and agentic AI, as Edgard said. That seems to be sort of the topic du jour. But I think it's also been interesting for me in my position to hear how folks are thinking about the macro environment and what the rest of this year is going to hold. We've seen, public companies reporting over the course of this week, and that's been interesting. But I think from our perspective, the company's doing well. We're well capitalized, and we're cash flow positive. So we're really focused on growth as we head through the rest of this year. Of course, we're monitoring the macro environment, but we feel really positive about the opportunity that we have in front of us. We've got a great install base of customers. We have over 1,000 customers now, and so we're just focused right now on keeping them happy, and I think that'll continue to be a fantastic source of growth for us as we navigate the rest of this year.
All right.
One difference, if I may say, one difference between RSA this year and RSA last year, specifically for our space, critical infrastructure security, is that a few weeks ago, months now, Gartner, the industry analyst, came out with a Gartner Magic Quadrant, and that really has transitioned our industry more into the mainstream. So, OT security, critical infrastructure security, cyber physical system protection are now all terms that people are really a lot more familiar with. They're a lot more mainstream. Many years ago, and has been improving over time, the concept of protecting critical infrastructure was foreign and maybe not really well understood. We really feel that this time around is becoming a lot more mainstream.
All right, we'll leave it there. This has been Edgard Capdevielle, the CEO, as well as George Todd, the SVP of Finance of Nozomi Networks. I'm Jarrett Banks, signing off from San Francisco.